What if I told you that there is 4 questions to know if they are the one? Now, in this video, I'm going to give you those 4 questions, but I truly believe the last question is the most important. Like always, be in the comments. We really want to hear from you and also dialogue with you because we want to create a community that wants to do relationships the right way. And before we get started, do me a favor, hit that like button and also subscribe. Now, the first question you need to ask yourself is, are they consistent? Now, a lot of people are consistent in the wrong things, right? And we allow these things to happen. They can be consistent in lying, cheating, stealing, doing drugs, or even drinking alcohol. And so many times we hear individuals allowing this behavior because number one, they're lonely. And number two, they say no one is perfect. Listen, stop allowing this type of behavior in your relationship. You have to have an abundant mindset when it comes to relationships and a winning mindset, not a lack mindset or a failure mindset when it comes to your relationships. Now, when I think about consistency, I actually think about my wife because my wife was so consistent in our courtship. Now, there was like 4 areas that I remember Kenady being consistent in. Number one was she kept her promise. If she said she was going to do something, she did it. Number two was she went to church. Like she was consistent in going to church and reading the word and also growing her relationship with Jesus Christ. She was consistent in her emotional support of me. I remember in 2018 when my father was passing away, and that day before my father passed away, she wanted to meet with me. And we went to a Chick-fil-A and I just sat there and I didn't want to eat. And she actually got food for me and just sat there without saying too many words to me. And I just remember that emotional support. And even a week later, when my dad had his funeral, she was there. She sat right next to me and walked down the aisle with me just to see my dad's body. And so my wife was very, very consistent in her emotional support. She was also consistent in being one of my biggest cheerleaders. I remember I had a speech and Kenady came to support me even in that speech. And so Kenady was very big on supporting her man at the time. So question, are you consistent in your courtship or are people consistent with you? I really want you to think about this because we get in these relationships with these people who are not consistent and it wastes a lot of time and a lot of energy. And that's where me and Kenady really want to help you. We are looking for singles and even dating couples of those who are really serious and have the time, the energy, and the resources to invest in their relationship. So in the description below is a link to an application. Fill out the application and jump on a call with us today. And my second question actually comes from my book, Completely Single. And the question is, are they committed to courtship? Now, the word date and courtship is not found in the Bible. However, you have the principles of courtship in the Bible. And the word courtship is the word that I usually lean on. Now, again, you can use date, but I usually lean on this word courtship. And we also teach it as we do our coaching sessions. One day I was thinking about pursuing different women and just talking to different friends. And they say, hey, man, you need to go out on dates. However, that word date never really sat well with me. And so I was praying one day and the Lord gave me an image of bread. And this image came to me when I saw this bag of bread and I saw the date was outdated. And when I saw the date, I automatically thought about throwing the bread out. And I want you to think about that. When things get outdated or stale, you throw it out. And this is what happens to people now when they go out on dates and the relationship is stale or outdated or somebody made you mad or whatever it is. You tend to throw that person to the side and actually pursue another person. And this is how the world does it. They want a microwave society. They want microwave relationships. And they never take the time to really get to know someone because they're moving so fast and they don't really know the real stages of relationships. And so God gave me a definition of courtship that I want to read to you right now. And I want you to get a pen and paper out and pause the video and write this definition down. And here's the definition that the Lord gave me. Courtship is developing a relationship with the opposite sex, to see if God is leading them to an external union for eternal purposes without destroying their walk as a disciple of Jesus Christ. Isn't that good? You see, our purpose in courting someone is going out with the opposite sex to see if this thing is going to lead to marriage. And you want to have purpose in that relationship without destroying their relationship with God. How are you doing with that? If you're going out with multiple people, or if you're going out with somebody, an individual, are you actually intentionally hurting them? Are you trying to ruin their relationship with Jesus Christ? This one question can change your whole courting lifestyle. As you will be more serious in going out with people, and you will actually put boundaries and say, man, I cannot go out with you because I'm not healed yet. Or I cannot go out with you because you don't see me as valuable. Now, the third question is also important. Are they good in their communication? Several years ago, I posted a question on Facebook on some of the challenges in relationships. And I got several answers back, like no prospects, people are not kingdom focused, or even trust. But the biggest one to me that stood out was communication. You see, when you enter into a relationship, you want to have healthy communication. And so many times people think about communication is just the frequency. You're going to have a lot of communication in the beginning because you like that person. You're going to be on the phone with them. Hopefully, you're getting off the phone when it's really, really late, but you're going to talk all the time. But how do you talk? One caution I want you to be aware of is to see how they communicate with you. Are they harsh? Are they cynical? Do they have bursts of anger? Listen, are you harsh? Are you cynical? Do you joke all the time? Sometimes we joke because we're masking pain. You want to learn how to have healthy communication in your relationship. Now, if these problems arise in your communication early, listen, it's going to last throughout your relationship and even into marriage. And it's going to hurt your marriage. And so you have to learn how to communicate as a healthy, mature adult in your relationship. One of the skills that me and Kenady help our clients in our coaching program is understanding the levels of communication, like talking about cliches and opinions and facts. We also talk about how to handle conflict in a healthy way. You see, if you do not handle conflict and communication in a healthy way, your relationship and your marriage will not be productive. You'll be more focused in putting out fires than to build God's kingdom. Now, the last question is the most important question, and I believe it's obvious, but we have to continue to say this. We have to ask this question: are they saved? If you really want a kingdom relationship and a kingdom spouse, you have to ask this question: are they really saved? Did they give their life to Jesus Christ? Romans 10:9 and 10 says, if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. It is from your mouth and your heart that salvation comes. However, we get a lot of questions each and every week about men and women who are being pursued or are pursuing other people who are not saved. And listen, if you want a kingdom relationship, a kingdom spouse, a kingdom anything, if that person is not a part of the kingdom, you cannot have a kingdom relationship. You can have a famous relationship. You can be on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, whatever it is, and broadcast this wedding all over the world, but you will have no significance in heaven. You have to make up in your mind today. Better yet, you get to make up in your mind that you're going to choose God's way. You're not going to be unequally yoked. You're not going to be yoked to an unbeliever and try to get married to them. Listen, if you are a woman today and you are being pursued by an unbeliever, you have to settle in your heart and say, listen, hey, baby, don't pursue me. Pursue Jesus Christ. And you might not get me, but you will get heaven. My wife and I would love to talk to you if you are a single or a dating couple who want to honor God in their relationship. We have talked to hundreds of people all over the world, and we have coached dozens of people now, and we are seeing so many lives change because of our coaching program. If you have the time, the resources, and the energy to invest in your relationship, in the description below is a link to fill out an application. Fill it out and book a call with us. On that call, we want to see where you are, where you want to go, and develop a roadmap so you can honor God in your relationship. Now, if you want to see other videos on how to prepare for your kingdom spouse, you can watch these videos right here.